What is up, guys? I hope you guys are having a marvelous Saturday. I upload every Saturday if you guys didn't know. Today we're going to be talking about art in dreams because I've been making a whole lot of art as well as my game that we were talking about last week. I said that I would finish the game in 1 week, but I decided to actually postpone that and actually work on something else, mainly because I was going through burnout doing the same thing over and over again. So we switched to art. Now, I've always been fantastic. Well, I don't want to. I've always been prevalent at art, if that makes sense. So it was cool that I could finally dive down into it and actually sculpt some stuff that I actually wanted to sculpt. In the Dreamverse, I see a lot of great creations, but I feel like these creations are usually formatted towards one subject. What I mean is that whereas I would like make something like a heavenly tree, others would just make a tree, if that makes sense. Whereas whenever I'm making a coliseum, I'm making a coliseum sanctuary, and I feel like that kind of thing would really make dreams more interesting if people made their own style. Now, you don't have to like take my style of mixing nature with modern technology, if that pretty much makes sense. You don't have to take that style. You can make your own style. And I really would like to see other people's own styles in dreams. And if my voice is a little cracky, it's because we have a new cat. Um, his name is Royal. His name is Royal. So here we are. I just like sculpting stuff that's interesting looking, simple, and at the same time beautiful. That's what I mainly like sculpting. It's not to say that I can't do another art style though, because here we have this. Yes, I created my own playable character in Dreams finally. We finally got down to it. Now I'll say that this is probably the most difficult thing to do in Dreams is creating characters. More difficult than the logic, more difficult than all that. This is the most complex thing in dreams, mainly because you actually have to know what you're doing, and there's no real shortcuts. Where with logic, there are shortcuts, but with this, you really just have to know what you're doing. Thankfully, with my tutorials, you can go to my sculpture tutorials. You can learn how to do this stuff fairly easily. Maybe this might take some time. This one might take some time for people, mainly because it's just you really have to have maybe not that much knowledge in art, but you have to know what to do and how to apply it and how to problem solve within the art that you're doing, which can be overwhelming if you're just starting, especially if you're just starting like a level 1 in dreams. That right there probably looks overwhelming, whereas if I was to show you something like this, looks beautiful, looks amazing, but we don't see this much of the stuff in the Dreamverse. We just see stairs, which is what this video is really about. We should see more things like stairs with chains and catacombs. Not just stairs, more style to it. Add more style to your creations if you're going to create. Because when people look at this, what stairs do you think they would use? Do you think they would use a stair like this, or do you think they'd just use a stair? Do you think that they would use roses, or do you think they would use roses with bees? Also taking into account how much thermo things have, but this right here doesn't take that much thermo. Everything that I showed you doesn't take that much thermo. Even that sculpture character that I made, you can lower the thermo. So that's essentially what I think Media Molecule will end up doing themselves, and why they're looking for creators to help them on their process, because I think they might want more stuff like this, more stuff that's more unique, not just a candle. Why do a candle? You can do a candle on rock chain. That's dope. That's dope, dog. Candle on rock chain go hard. I don't know why I like this one more than everything else. I really don't. Maybe it's because like the flat candle and it's not like, a giant candle. Or maybe it's because it looks like something that comes from Bloodborne. Either way, I really liked how I sculpted this and how it came out. This is probably my favorite one. Yes, even over homie over here, or homie right here. Then we should talk about. Oh yeah, and if you want to look up that realistic, like I uploaded that tutorial for how to do a realistic character like that. We also have weaponry that I can sculpt also. What you would do for this, it's really simple. I have this tutorial up also. It's really, really simple. Look at the tutorial and then just add lighting. Like, people forget how effective lighting is. Like, these lights here can make some really cool stuff. Like, this tree, that's all lighting. That's not like, well, it's not probably all lighting, but that green, that's lighting. That yellow, that's lighting. And with the rivers and stuff, you really need lighting to get the shading of the blue right to where it just looks like some Kirby. That's the best way I could like explain it. It looks like some straight up Kirby. Which we use the light, change the color of the light. Then we add some waves. I don't see that many waves on the river, so I decided to add waves, rivers, and then this right here, I released it all as a whole set because I don't see a lot of that either. I see some collections, but I don't see a whole lot of sets in one released whatever these things are called. Whatever those things are called. So I started making sets also. Then I also pay attention to color. How I do my colors, like I'm not just choosing fire red. I'm thinking more Disney, like how I can make things more magical. So that's like how I'm choosing my colors. That just looks a whole lot more magical to me than if I was to just use, the color orange. That right there looks dope. It looks like some Disney. That's the best way that I can explain that. That's the best. It literally is the best way I can explain that. Then we had the Lavra Dungeon and Catacombs set that I created. So, I'm really into art, guys. So, it's like the reason I haven't been doing art is because I've been having to do tutorials and stuff. And art takes a lot of energy. That like creating games it feels like it takes like a different side of my brain than it does to take art. Like whenever I'm sitting there, I'm like, honestly, art's more draining to me than it would be to create a game. This is way more draining because with the game I can like do more, but with this I had to focus on one set. Like this skeleton probably took me 2 hours, 3 hours in total to create. Whereas with the dream, I probably had the whole template done by then, if that makes sense. Or at least, the groundwork for the template, depending on what kind of game I'm trying to create. With this, that took a long time. This head took a day. Stairs. Plus, I'm burned out anyway from all these tutorials and stuff. So I had to do something different, but doing art I probably should have maybe I should have did the art first while I wasn't burnt out. But then again, maybe I should have done everything the way that I did it with the channel and stuff, because it really does make sense how I've done it with the channel whenever I'm really thinking about it. But I gotta charge up my whatever power that allows me to freaking do this art, because right now I'm out of my Super Saiyan form, right? And whenever I'm out of my Super Saiyan form, this right here was all in Super Saiyan form. This was definitely in some kind of Super Saiyan form when I made this, but now I'm all out of it, and now I can't really create that because I'm all burnt out and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm creating simple stuff, and I don't consider this rock chain thing simple. Whenever I say simple, I mean rocks and stuff like this. The one thing, and I can't like get creative with it because like my mind's just like, holy crap, dude, you need to chill. And that's where we're at right now. We're at this like point where I just need to charge up for my spirit bomb, you know what I'm saying? So we created all this while I was burnt out. So somehow we pulled. I think I do better whenever like I'm out of energy. In all honesty, like I think I do better, which is weird. But then again, like I also do good whenever I'm enthusiastic, because that's how we're getting the Polybius game. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be super enthusiastic once I start working on that again. We took that little break, you know, that little break, worked on some we took that vacation and then worked on this. Oh man, dude. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy what you can actually create in dreams when you put your mind to it. But I feel like you really have to know how to organize your schedule. Like, I wouldn't work on a game and sculpt at the same time. I like, you know, once I'm burnt out of one thing, then we'll switch over to the other thing. Then after that, you know, it's kind of like, you know, um, is it like that? Is it like yeah, yeah. It's like going to the gym. You know, you work on a different part of your body each you know, session or whatever. You know, 15 or however the heck you do it. You know what I'm saying? So, and now we're at the cool down period. Where my mind just need a freaking break, because we've been working the mental muscles to, and it's time. It was time, and that is why we got this level done, but not the whole game. We got that level done though, so that's where we're at, guys. Don't forget to follow me on Dreams. It's your boy youngtextyoutube. Just type that in the Dreamverse, or just type it in. Click on the games or drawings that you see that I created. You know, if you haven't already, because I'm going to be making a whole lot of assets for you guys. You guys can look up this asset and use my assets just by typing in Young Text Creations in the browser and create. And I'll be making more, so another reason to follow me. I like making creative assets, stuff like that. And I really like making scary stuff too, so I haven't really dove down too much into it, but I like looking at Clive Barker. So if you know what that is, then you'll understand why I'm making stuff. Wait, is this the right one? Yeah, it's gotta be. Might have to polish it up a little bit, but yeah, we make some pretty unique creatures too, so we'll be going hard with that also. Yeah, I really like Clive Barker. I really like Hellraiser, guys. Just, I don't know. I want them to actually make a good one again. A good one again. Make a good one. The TV, they're making a TV series apparently. It's gonna be pretty dope. And if I sound more energetic in this video than the last one, it's just because I've been working that hard in Dreams, and now like my mind's a little bit more stable, because we like being burnt out, guys. Like if you're a dreamer, you know, if you're burnt out, you're gonna get irritated by the slightest thing. So you got to take a break. I was getting irritated by like everything, which is why we took this break. Cause I can't have that, man. I can't have myself getting irritated over we ain't that irritated. You know, over some simple stuff. That right there. That right there. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really do like art, guys. So more creations by me. Peace out.